Welcome to Backstage Pass. I'm Tara, and my guest today is Jordan Oliver. Thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
So you made your MCW debut at Higher Ground in November, and how did you feel coming in here for the first time?
I was really excited to wrestle for MCW because when I first started wrestling, obviously I wrestled on the East Coast mainly. When I first started, MCW is one of the top promotions on the East Coast. I used to come to these shows, help out, try really hard to get on. Obviously, this is like 5-6 years ago now.
Wow.
So I was very excited for this opportunity. I love this place. It was so awesome.
Well, are you local? Are you like within driving?
I'm from New York.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, so not too far.
Oh, good. Well, I did not know that about you. So you've obviously gone on to do some other things. And if our fans don't know, you've worked for what? CZW, MLW, GCW. What are some other places you've been?
I just came back from Japan and the UK tour. Yeah, I pretty much wrestled for all the major indies that there are, other than maybe PWG. It's like the only one I haven't wrestled for.
That's great. Now, where did you get your training from?
Originally, I got my training from CZW. It's the first place I started training with guys like Jimmy Rave, DJ Hyde, Drew Gulak, Preacher Phineas James. He's a local wrestler, and those are the guys that gave me my start. I mainly credit Jimmy Rave to getting me this far in my career, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So you've been compared to other breakout stars like Trent Acid, for example.
Yes.
How did that make you feel, like being compared to someone like him who's, had quite a reputation, and he wrestled obviously for us years ago as well?
Yeah. Oh, pretty awesome. When I was very young, I discovered Trent Acid, and he's been a huge influence in my career. Obviously, we like similar paths, CW and all that stuff. So it was very awesome to be. Anytime I'm mentioned in the same vein as Trent. I actually got to win the Trent Acid Cup for GCW last or 2 WrestleMania weeks ago.
Oh wow, that's great. Yeah, when I was doing a little investigative reporting there on you, and I was reading a lot of the comments about you online, and people were calling you things like a legend in the making. I mean, wow. That's a lot. I mean, you said yourself, you're a young guy. You haven't been in the business, too many years, and that's pretty big shoes to fill, hearing those kinds of comparisons,
Yeah. Well, it's really awesome, but I never see those comments. I only see the ones that are really, really mean.
Oh, no.
And they make me work extra hard, and that's all I care about.
That kind of stuff is true about social media. It can be pretty toxic, and you see the negative. But I'm telling you, there's a lot of positives out there. So you should go and find this. So, I would look at some of your match clips and stuff and read the comments, and people were really positive and, very enthusiastic about your, just appearance on the indie wrestling scene and everything. So,
It's awesome. So awesome.
Now, are you active on social media yourself?
Yes, I am.
How can fans find you?
You can catch me on any social media at the Jordan Oliver, and everything. That's it. Yeah, keep it pretty simple.
Okay.
So I'm very lucky to keep it simple.
Yeah, that does help. Now, when you're not wrestling, what do you like to do in your spare time?
Honestly, I only care about wrestling. So in my spare time, I'm going to the gym or studying tape. I don't really have too many interests outside of professional
video
wrestling.
Games, anything like that.
No.
Oh, that's okay.
I need to get other hobbies because I am 23 years old and I only like one thing.
Well, it's a pretty big thing. So, and that kind of laser focus though is really beneficial, and is probably why you are getting the comments and stuff that you're getting online about, a prodigy in the making and everything, because you're so dedicated. And
well, while I am so dedicated, it's awesome that I can put my all into wrestling, but it does make it harder, just because sometimes I get burnt out from 6 weeks of wrestling. I need time off or whatever. Not good for my mental health, but I just love wrestling so much. I just keep going. I keep trying my best. Keep working harder.
Okay.
So.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Probably the best ever.
Okay.
No, I hope in 5 years that I continue to grow. I've only been wrestling for 7 years. I'm 23.
Yeah.
I've wrestled in 28 of the U.S. states, Mexico, UK, Japan, Canada. So I hope that in 5 years those states are, maybe it's 50 states and maybe it's 7 countries, or hopefully I continue to grow in that aspect of wrestling.
Great. Well, Did you have anyone that you looked to as you got into this business, like for inspiration? Like, who are your role models?
Man, I love Shawn Michaels, HBK. I love Trent Acid. When I was getting into indie wrestling, a lot of the guys that were popular were like Rich Swann, Leo Rush.
Yeah.
Like these were people that were like coming in. So even, I would say Leo was a big inspiration to me, as I broke in very young when he was making his rise to, you know, he's such a talented wrestler for someone who wrestled from like 3 years and then got signed to WWE and all these amazing things. So.
And you got to wrestle him here at MCW.
Yes.
So that must have been pretty cool for you.
Yes, I did. Yeah, I think Leo Rush is one of the best junior heavyweights of all time.
Wow. Well, wonderful. I'm glad that you had a great match with him. And, you know, I'm happy to see you here in MCW. And hopefully we'll have you back again.
I hope so, too. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me. If you want to throw your handle out there one more time so people can find you, go for it.
You can follow me anywhere at the Jordan Oliver. And stay young, dumb, and broke.